Alright, it's Henry again, and today I am doing the fifth and final work in progress video for the Perfect Grade Evangelion Unit 1. And in this video I am starting off with the decals. So, unlike, well, every other Perfect Grade Bandai's made, this one actually has water slide decals. Now, they give us three different kinds of sheets here. We got some foil stickers, which obviously I didn't use because all the stuff I just painted. There is one you'll notice that I did use though. The sticker for the eyes. I actually did a little trick where, I've got them right here. Nope, that's not the part. Where I used the sticker for the eyes, cut it out. Actually give us two different stickers for the eyes. Anyway, cut out the eye shape and used that as masking tape on this clear part, and then sprayed black around it. Then when I removed the sticker, I'm left with a clear area in the shape of the eye. So now when I've got that LED up under there, only the eyes will light up. So, doesn't really have anything to do with decaling, but I just figured I'd share that. So, they also give us a small sheet of clear stickers. Now these two right here I've already applied. They went on the shoulders. Let's see, hold on. As you can see, it's a clear sticker actually goes on the back side of this clear part for the shoulder, so that when it lights up, the little EVA Unit 1 logo will light up. And then they give us a some clear red stripes for the face. I just did those with paint. So now on to the water slides. They've got basically just, you know, EVA Unit 1 test for the arms, those same red stripes for the face if you want to do them with water slides, some decals for the swords, decals for the generator, and then just some various little markings and stuff. Caution markings, danger, things like that. So, not a whole lot of decals at all. This really shouldn't take very much time. Okay, so now that the decals are done, it is time for panel lining. Now, the customer that I'm painting this kit for didn't want any like real weathering or anything, so I am, if I can get the top off of this jar of Mr. Weathering color, so I am just doing a pin wash for the panel lines. Some of this in here, that ought to be plenty, and we should be ready to go. Alright, now pin wash is a very, very simple technique. You've got your thin oil-based paint right here. Actually, I'm going to zoom in a smidge. Okay, and then you take a brush and you just touch, and it fills in the panel line. Now, I've already got some red panel lines there, so that's actually the only panel line on this part. But, let's see. Like so, and like so. Now, it may look a little bit messy right now, but I'll come back in a minute And I'll show you the second part of this technique, where after you ink in the panel lines with your paint, you're gonna let it dry for a little while. I usually do like 30 minutes or so, and then come back with a cotton swab with just a little bit of paint thinner on it. Don't need it to be soaked. Well, why am I explaining this now when I can just explain it to you when I'm actually doing it? Okay, so I have let the panel line wash dry for 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere around there. And here I have a bottle of Artist Oil Thinner. And I try not to use like the hardware store mineral spirits, because that stuff tends to be pretty strong, and something like this is going to be a little more gentle on the paint job. Ideally I could use Mr. Weathering color, but every time I try to buy some it always seems to be out of stock, so I just picked up some Artist Thinner from Hobby Lobby. Anyway, so as you can see, I've inked in the panel line, but you got these little blotches here, and you're just going to take your cotton swab with a teeny tiny little bit of thinner. You do not need a lot. In fact, I would recommend dipping the cotton swab in the thinner and then dabbing most of it off on a paper towel. And then you're just going to wipe those little blotches away, and it will leave the panel lines painted in whatever color you happen to use. I'm using black on this kit, but you could certainly use brown or gray or really any color you wanted, but brown, gray, and black tend to be the most common. You could also do this with Tamiya panel line accent color. I don't have any of those because I've already spent money on Mr. Weathering color, and well, it kind of does the same thing. So anyway, that is about all there is to it. So do this on all the remaining parts and panel lines will be done. Alright, so now that the panel lines are done, the last thing left on the list is top coat. And I am using some All-Clad 2 lacquer top coat. This is their semi-matte or semi-gloss, whatever you want to call it. And I really like All-Clad top coats. I've been using them for several years now, and I haven't had any problems. I've heard that the Aqua Gloss top coat can be kind of finicky, but I've sort of stayed away from that one. But for their semi-gloss and flat top coats, top-notch stuff. Okay, so I am in the middle of doing final assembly on this kit. One little thing I'm having to go back and sort of fix. I noticed that the masking tape that I had wrapped around the rubber suit left kind of a adhesive sticky residue, which isn't really that surprising seeing as how I had it wrapped in masking tape for the better part of a month. Actually, probably more than a month now that I think about it. Anyway, I'm just going in with a cotton swab with some alcohol on it, just to clean up that sticky residue so it doesn't cause any problems in the future. You know, dust get attached to it. That would be really gross looking. There's nothing worse than a dusty model kit. Anyway, just wiping this thing down. Removing the masking tape was actually relatively easy. It went a lot smoother than I thought it would. So, rubbing this down, and we'll see how actually attaching the stuff goes. And I don't really have to worry about damaging the paint job because the paint is not alcohol soluble. But the adhesive on the masking tape is, so I mean, I'm not like rubbing on the painted parts, but I don't have to worry too much about rubbing the paint job off. Well, that is it. The Perfect Grade Evangelion Unit 1 is complete. Now, I'm not going to go over too much right here, right now in this video, because I've decided that I am in fact going to do a review on this kit. Normally I don't really do reviews much anymore, but I do make exceptions for kits that don't have a lot of reviews, and last time I checked there was like maybe 3 or 4 reviews of this kit on YouTube, so I figure I can throw my hat in the ring this time. So, if you remember from, I think it was the first work in progress video maybe, I took out the internals of the little battery case and switched it out with a DC power supply. So that plugs in there, and then oops, this is going to plug in to the back of the EVA, and then there's simply a switch on the power supply, and we have lights. Green lights in both the shoulders, we got the white lights for the eyes, and if you recall, got this little black part on the chest. This kit did come with a chrome plated red part for the core, and what I did was I simply removed the chrome plating. Normally I would use something like Purple Power or some other kind of detergent, but since it's just one part and it's basically just a sphere, I sanded the chrome plating off, got it nice and smooth, and then just painted it with some clear red. And once you pop off that black piece of armor, you can simply put that in there, and then flip the power, and the core part glows as well. So really cool effect. I'm glad that the person who commissioned me to paint this had the idea to put in the extra LEDs, because I think it's a really nice touch. So that does it for this work in progress video and this project. And next up, like I said, I will be doing a review of this kit, and I will do another video once I have a chance to take some proper photos of this kit. I'll just make like a photo slideshow and upload that as well. So with that, I'll see you guys next time.